he's really happy, like a puppy dog. So this is our native, this is called a prairie rattlesnake. These guys are found here in the western parts of South Dakota. Now with rattlesnakes, there are a lot of myths about them. For starters, people think you can get the age of this snake by counting the segments on the tail. Problem is, rattlesnakes add new segments when they shed their skin, and that can happen 6 to 10 times a year. The tail is also very fragile. It's made out of keratin, just like your fingernails are, so it does just break off from time to time. Do you have a question again?
Why do snakes don't have hands?
Why don't they have hands? They don't need them to eat their food anymore. Maybe they're more efficient. They can hide better. They don't have limbs that are sticking out that are exposed that predators could grab a hold of. So that's another reason. I'm not exactly sure why they don't anymore. They just don't have a use for them. So these guys, yeah. No, we don't feed them during the show. If we fed them, if it's hot out, and during the show, they'll get really stressed. So one of their defenses is that snakes, if they have a large food item, they'll actually regurgitate it or they'll throw it up to make themselves faster so they can slither away. So we don't do it during the show, no. You got a question?
Why do they have rattles?
So the rattle, it's basically a warning signal. So these guys, a lot of snakes shake their tails, but rattlesnakes built on top of that so they don't get stepped on. So like this guy would live out in the prairie where like bison would be running around, and so this guy it's a warning signal so that bison hears the snake and doesn't trample on it. And then another thing with a rattle is that people think they have to rattle before they strike you. They don't. They can strike first and rattle later. They're not really related. The way I like to think about it jokingly is that there's no animal that needs permission from its butt to go ahead and bite you. Just saying. But on a serious note, rattlesnakes are an ambush predator, so they're going to be waiting for their prey, and they don't want to make a lot of noise before they strike it, or they might get away. You have a question?
Why don't have tongues?
Why do they have a tongue? That's how he smells. So he smells using his tongue. Yeah.
How far can they leave?
How far can they strike?
Yeah.
So this guy can strike. Most snakes can strike about a third to half their body length at most. Yeah.
Is that why you call rattlesnakes because of the rattle?
Yeah, because the rattle on the tail. There's actually over 100 different species of rattlesnakes. There's different kinds. You get like the eastern and the western diamondback are another one. You get like the timber rattlesnake. You guys probably heard of that one. And then there's some other like rock rattlesnakes. So there's other species of them. So that's where they get their name from the rattle tail. Yeah.
How long could a rattlesnake or this snake get up to?
This snake, so prairie rattlesnakes generally don't get very big. This is about the average size for around here. But we've had one out here in our collection that was 51 inches from head to tail. So over 4 feet, so they can get very large, they just usually don't. Yeah?
How many colors can snakes be?
Snakes can be a lot of different colors. So you can even have the same snake, like Burmese pythons, and you can get different colors of them. So we have like the albino Burmese python, and there's a bunch of different colors. Ball pythons, they're a smaller one that a lot of people have as pets. They come in a variety of colors and patterns even. I think I looked, there's actually a ball python morph market out on the internet, and there's over like 2,000 different colors and patterns to them, or combinations that they have. So they can be a lot. So with rattlesnakes, if you guys are out hiking around, say you're in the Black Hills, you hear that sound, you don't want to immediately run. If you hear the sound, but you don't see the snake, take off running, you could run right into it. So you want to freeze, figure out where that snake's at, look behind you real quick, see if there's any other ones, and slowly back away. Now suppose you do want to capture or kill the snake, you can go right ahead, just don't blame that snake for what happens next, because more people are bit each year trying to capture or kill them than by just leaving them alone. And to prove that fact, it's usually males that get bit. Surprise, surprise. Now females, they're the smart ones. They're just walking by. They usually get bit on the foot, the ankle, and the calf. Guys, on bites usually happen on the hands, the arms, and even the face. We're not that bright. I'm doing this show. That should be a case in point with that. And it's not all males though. It's usually the ones at ages of 16 to 25, and then alcohol is also a factor in that. So kind of explains it a little bit. Remember that snakes are a great role in the environment. They feed on rodents, and rodents can carry diseases that are harmful to people. You guys can capture it, kill it, leave it alone. It's up to you. This is actually the last snake I have for you guys. If you want to come get a closer look at it real quick, you can. Otherwise, we'll put it away in a minute, bring out that Crebo again so you guys can pet. If you guys have questions, we can stick around and do that also. But that purge,